Hey,
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BOP. Here with me today is my co-host, Bobby, and we've already got him on to kick us off today. It's Dalton Freeman, better known as Fritz, here with your Degenerate Minute. Hey, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was looking at how many episodes we've done. This is episode number 10 today, right now.
is that true?
Double digits.
Starting off week 10.
It's pretty
impressive.
incredible that we've wasted this much time.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why we keep doing this, but I like it.
Hopefully that I can just get to my 10 losses and then we can stop doing this because that's really the only reason we're doing this.
I'm just really excited for what happens after fantasy football season. What does BOP become? I have a feeling it could be pretty great.
Literally, the sky's the limit.
A lot of ideas. What are you guys drinking?
I'll be right back. I gotta go grab it. I forgot it.
Oh, okay. Dalton?
Ricky.
D Money with the Mickey Oldtree. Yeah. Me too. Me too. Cheers.
Yeah, man. Cheers.
Oh, man.
The intro was very professional.
What's that?
So the intro was very professional today.
Yeah. Thank you. I've been thinking of things to say and stuff. Let me give you. Well, no, I'll wait till Bobby gets here. Then I'll do the proper intro, and then I'll let you take the lead.
Let's do it.
What are you
Bud
drinking?
Light.
Oh,
Actually, core seltzer for the Rivers.
Oh, okay. Lemon
Yeah,
lime.
How are those?
They're a lot like yes, lemon lime. They're a lot like Bud Light seltzers. So it still goes truly probably Bud Light / Coors Light and then White Claw. But the key is always whatever's on sale. So if it's $11.99, it's the best. And this was $11.99 and it's saving the Rivers. So
Nice.
Makes sense to me.
hashtag Coors Seltzer. Did we lose Oliver?
No, I'm still here.
You're frozen.
Am I frozen? I'm not frozen to me. My internet's been crappy today. Oh,
Someone
I
else
just
is training in your house.
I just got internet connection unstable. All right. Well, I mean, it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. All right. Let me do this intro, and then Dalton, you can take it away. Everyone, it's time for your favorite segment of the day, the Degenerate Minute with Fritz.
I couldn't tell if your mic was actually cutting out there or what, but that was probably the best one yet.
That one's so good. I was just telling Oliver, he's getting really good at these intros, man.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to beat.
They're phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, how did this week go? I have no idea. Dalton got to pick all the games. I have no idea. As usual, I haven't paid attention to anybody's matchup but my own. So,
All right, Oliver, you just want to run
Yep.
by the course?
Yes.
I have this.
Let me bring up the current week. All right, we'll start with our matchup, Fritz. Here comes the general putting the beat down on Shittles and Fritz.
Yeah. You were a 9.5 point favorite and put the beat down on me. That's one win for Bob. So
Very nice.
we're not hot.
Then after that, we had OU Betcha versus Team Doozy, and OU Betcha with a 10-point win.
He was a 5-point dog, so that is a win for me, or even.
Gotcha. All right, even on the day. Oh, then we had interesting one: Crippling Management versus One-Eyed Bandits, tied at 117.
Oh, yeah. Another tie for Drew. So,
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
this is second tie.
Yeah.
Is that what Parker meant when he said Kith?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what that meant when
I
he
didn't
said
know
that.
that's what you do when you tie, but that's what he meant.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't know there was a tie this week. Bummer.
Yeah, so Kyle was a 16.5 point favorite, and that would be a win for me because I took Drew, so I'm up $2 right there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Then we had versus Sports, and with the 6-point victory.
And the upset, he was a 4-point dog, and W for Bob. We're back even.
Back even. And then the decider for the week, Turbenmeyer versus how do you say your team name, Bob? Is it RELAX or is it
RELAX? Relax.
And but Turbenmeyer picking up the win there, 21-point victory.
Yeah.
And for the first time all season, I have a
for
winning
Dalton.
week.
Make it $26 on the year.
$26.
How's it feel? Winning week? That's got to be good juju for me moving forward in the actual fantasy realm.
Yeah, because I just started to come back right there. It's time to. That was the halfway point. Time to flip the script on this season. Get back and.
That's right. Time to flip
Very
the
nice.
script.
Time. That's right. It's about time, right, Bobby? Flip the script.
Hurry up.
It's time.
Get on the way.
This kind of ties into. I don't know if you guys had anything planned, but I did some research on this season and how it's gone for me thus far, because it seems like every week I'm projected to win and I never win. And I wonder if that happens to everybody else or if it just happens to me.
I think it's happened to me a lot.
I didn't really look at yours. I only looked at my matchups, and basically what I did was I took the projected for each matchup and then formulated the spread, right? Like Dalton does. And so out of the 9 games we've played so far, I've been a favorite in 6 of them. 6 out of 9 games I've been a favorite. And my record is 2-6. So fantasy projections, pretty good.
2-7.
I've been a favorite in my last 4 games, and I'm 1-3 in those games. So interesting thing here. What I wanted to look at was how many points people actually scored against me versus their projected, and also what I did versus my projected. So just going down the list. So my performance. So a negative number would mean I underperformed, and a positive number means I overperformed. Okay. So week 1, -2, underperformed. So it's a pretty good line. Projection was about right.
Yep.
-5. And then the next 3 weeks, actually, I went 11, 25, and then 6. The 25 is the week I played Oliver and won. So that's a W there. Then I went -30, -12, -7, and 1. What the fuck?
So
that's crazy. So those are my numbers. Now my opponents, their projected versus actuals from week 1 to week 9. 26, 39, 79, 9, 1, -1, -1, 12, and 31 for a total of 195 points against and an average of 21.7 over projection per week.
That's crazy.
How does that happen?
How does that happen to anybody? Who was the plus 79?
That was the
right?
Kyle week. It's crazy because that was one of my positive weeks too.
Oh man. So you had a good day, but just not as good of a day.
The 2 negatives are funny because it's -1 and -1. So really, like, it's either been at the projection or above every matchup against me.
Man, that is crazy.
How do you overcome that?
I would never imagine that. That's just so basically what you're telling us is that you have been the unluckiest fantasy football.
Well, without
team
looking
this
at anyone
season.
else's, I would assume that nobody really has this bad of a scenario.
Yeah,
I'm going to have my lawyers look at it, and we're not going to claim anything until this is all over.
Yeah, don't trust the polls. That's what they say.
I'm not going to trust. I'm not going to trust these results. These seem a little shady. I'd like to get them all certified before we move forward with any bets. But just wanted to bring that up.
Bobby's over there every week with his fantasy matchup in the palm of his hand, screaming, "Stop the count! Stop the count!"
Stop. Well, except when my team is scoring, I'm like, keep counting, keep counting, keep counting.
Every count matters. Oh man, dang, yeah.
So actually, I did look at one other players, and then I just stopped because it was disappointing. I looked at Jeremy's just to see. So on average, it's crazy. So for me, it's 195 point differential against me and 21.7 per game. My actual is -13, which is -1.4 per game. So that's versus my projection. So I'm basically taking my projection, subtract 1.5. That's where I'll likely end up.
About right.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
and this, I would imagine this is the case for most people. Nothing really crazy here. This is about average, and he has about average team. So he's 36, positive 36 against him, which is an average of 4 points over projection per game. And he's 42 for him, which is an average of 4.7 per game. So basically net. I mean, no real advantage or disadvantage there.
Cool. I'd like to see next week do this across the board. Let's see all the numbers. I'm curious.
See if anyone has some crazy things that stand out.
See who.
Well, I think like Dalton had brought up something last week where he talked about everyone's performance against the spread. So I would likely say that Drew was the luckiest, right, Dalton?
Yeah. So Drew is 7-2 currently against the spread. So
I bet you if we did this with Drew, it'd be the opposite story. It would be Drew is like plus 192, and then his opponents are negative, and I bet you yours looks a lot like mine.
Probably similar. What about this week? How did it go down versus the projection between you and Parker? Were you at your projected score?
Let's see where we at.
I'm just curious.
I was right on par. I was actually 1 point over.
Okay.
Parker was 31 points over. So there was that.
Dang.
And I was projected to win this game. So
makes sense. Wow.
It's wild. Can we really quick while we're on the topic, I would just like to say that I have hired a third party advisor moving forward with the season. That person, secret advisor, is going to join us later in the pod and talk about some decisions we made this week and what we're going to be doing moving forward.
Okay. I'll save my comments on some of the decisions you made until then, because I noticed for the first time ever, you chose the correct quarterback of all the quarterbacks that you have. You picked the one who
that
had
was
the
a
highest.
move from my advisor.
And also
not chose, picked up a quarterback and played the right.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Drew Lock. I would have never guessed. And then I think also, I mean, I might be wrong about this. It's just what it seems like. But for the first time ever, you picked the right tight end as well.
Every time I've played Hawkinson, I've picked the right tight end.
Oh, really?
It's been when I haven't played. I think there's 1 week where Jasicki and Hawkinson, it was like 9 and 8. But yes, I believe I picked right.
Yeah. All right.
So
cool.
you can question secret advisor when he or she comes on.
So you hired this advisor. Is this advisor being compensated in any way?
This advisor has a bonus package in place.
All right.
Wow.
Like it.
It's just so ridiculous.
It's strictly achievement based. There's no what is it? Incentive based.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to make it to Super Bowl. Kind of
save the hair. Big incentive or big bonus.
There's really one incentive in this season. So
save the hair, huge bonus.
Talk about it later.
Dalton, your Wheel of Winners pick hit again, 2-0, strong start. Any comments on that?
2-0, man. Wheel of Winners is hot. Love it.
Very hot. Jaguars, man.
Man, I just think the uglier the pick, the better right now.
Seems that way, yeah.
What is it's like a drunk baby flipping a coin, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't miss.
Miss.
You guys want to
50%.
take it for a spin?
Sure.
Let's hear it.
All right. Let's spin it.
This is my favorite part of the podcast.
I love it. Oh, who we got?
Oh,
okay.
The Raiders catching opened at 4. Now they are -5 at home against Denver.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
I like that. The Raiders are hot right now. They keep doing well.
I prefer the over, but I dig it.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
Let it ride. Wheel
So if
winners.
we would have started with a $100 bet on your first wheel winners pick, how much money would we have now?
Are we just rolling it?
Yeah, man. What are you doing with it? You're not rolling it?
So what would that be? So you would have won.
You would have won 90, 91, 191, and then plus another minus 110 would have been another like
It's too much, man.
80, and that was like 1, 2. I can't do that math in my head. You'd probably have total like close to $400, just under
Yeah.
$400.
Probably. Roll it over. Keep it going. I
Very
love
nice.
how late it switched to the Raiders. The wheel is just great.
Oh man.
So
You
hold on,
never know with the wheel.
Dalton, you lost this week or you won?
No, I lost all
he
over.
got crushed.
I told.
What happened? Can we talk about your guys' matchup?
Yeah.
I have no
Any
idea what
thoughts,
happened.
Dalton?
What happened?
I thought I was going to lose this week, regardless of the trades I made. So it didn't really matter. My guys just took a week off, trying to get healthy, relax, get ready for playoffs, good mindset. So
Yeah, your bench was pretty thin there, but you did have one glaring omission, Jerry Judy.
yeah, the reason I didn't play Judy is I started Fant, who's the tight end for the Broncos also. And I didn't want to have them both in my lineup because I figured one of them would take away targets from the other, and I don't really have another tight end right now, so I went with Fant. That was my only downfall, but it wouldn't have mattered. You would have beat me handily anyway. So.
Oh yeah, I would have. For the first time in a long time, the Bills played good, and therefore I win. I believe there's a very strong correlation between the Bills doing well and my team doing well.
Very true. Josh Allen went off, so
he got back to his winning ways. Diggs stepped up, and really that's it. Those are the only two guys that I'm playing. I finally benched Singletary because he sucks, but still strong correlation between Buffalo and my team for almost no reason.
Those are the two best players on that team. So
yeah,
you would have had.
It's not really for no reason.
If you would have had John Brown,
I only had two of them. I mean, is that a lot?
John Brown went off this week too. So if you would have had him,
I know, and I had dropped him earlier in the year. I thought about picking him back up again, but I'm going in a different route.
Is that in your intentions for this week's waiver wire?
What's that?
I was going to ask if that was in your intentions for this week's waiver wire, picking up John.
I'm keeping my waiver wire selections quiet this week. I've made quite a few, so we'll see what ends up falling my way.
Well, I know you have Kelsey on a bye, so I assume you're picking up a tight end.
That's a safe assumption, yes.
We still have a proposed trade on the board right now between you and I.
Yeah, we do. Do you like it at all, or what do you think about that? Do you want to discuss?
Have to consult my advisor when he comes on. I can't make that decision.
Can I tell the public?
Yeah, you can tell people. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, so just for the record, the proposed trade is Mike Evans for Ezekiel Elliott, Ewok.
And upon early discussions with my advisor, we determined that it's potentially not the best move for me because I don't have any running backs. Like I would be Gordon and Montgomery. So
when I made the proposal, I noticed that, and I was like, maybe you take this trade as like a pathway to another trade for you to get a running back. You know,
that seems a little more sophisticated than my fantasy skills would allow for.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. So that's why I threw it out there, and I was like, maybe that happens.
Start dealing with someone right now before he made that trade with you, though, so he'd have something in the bag as a 3-team trade.
Yeah, I'd have to already have somebody on board.
You can't go in the trade, and
not necessarily, because although you only have 2 running backs, that's all you need. You're like not in a bind to pick up one right away.
He's in a bind, man.
I'm in a bind.
He's in a bind.
Have you been watching the season?
Oh,
He
man.
got much time left.
I mean,
We got 2 to give, man.
Never.
think about it. All right, let's coordinate a three-way trade.
Dalton,
Three-team
you got a
trade.
running back to give?
Not any good ones right now.
I'm not really
Right.
looking for anyone good. I'm literally looking for better than Melvin Gordon and or David Montgomery.
I got no, not really. I have Connor and Chubb, which I need, and then my bench running backs are Freeman, Henderson, and Dobbins. So
You guys are hoarding running backs. No wonder there's no freaking running backs.
I have other running backs, but I'm dropping them.
So let me ask you guys this. How would you handle the Zeke situation? Because you basically have to play him. And
Oh, you have to.
he
He's a
didn't last week.
boomer bust guy.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty good with Jacobs and Gibson on my team. I was picking up Ewok for running back depth. That was my play there. So because I figure even if he doesn't get double digits, as long as he's like high singles, he's like in that 8-9 point range, I can live with that.
So you're saying you start Gibson over Ewok?
Maybe, dude. Gibson has actually been really consistent, and Ewok has not.
Yeah, but he has more upside.
I like what I saw with Ewok on Sunday. I like their quarterback situation moving forward. I feel like Ewok's got some good days ahead of him.
I think he's on the rise, and I
Right.
think his schedule gets pretty easy too. So
I'll make another
If
trade.
Ewok starts Ewoking, I'm likely going to win this bet.
Ewoking. All right.
Took
If he
down
doesn't, my whole season
fire.
depends on Ewok.
I wanna see you make a serious run at this bet right now. So
I know it would really suck for this to end before the playoffs.
yeah, I want there to be some drama towards the end of the season, or just what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, pretty much everyone else has gone on like a 2 or 3 game run. Like, if I can just get like a 2 game stretch, not like my team is like, I've just consistently underperformed, and my luck has to run. That's got to even out at some point. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many games left do we have in the season?
7.
Needs 5.
Gotta go 5 and 2,
That's tough. That's tough.
Make a run.
especially when you've gone 2 and 6 and shown no signs of improvement. So 2 and 7.
Your advisor though, might do it for you.
I think if I would have brought my advisor on week 7, when I was starting to get desperate and starting to feel desperate, there's 0% chance I would be in this situation right now. Because the worst decision I made all year was clearly trading away Metcalf in hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, like, at that time, though, Odell Beckham Jr. wasn't hurt. Joe Mixon had just gotten hurt. Metcalf hadn't really – I mean, he was okay, but he's certified himself as the best.
I think that week you traded him, he had like his one off week or something.
And then the next week, he had a bad week, too. He had like 7 or 8 points, and then the next week he had 4.
Yeah, and then he had like 40.
40, yeah. Because if I would have had him that week and if I would have had him this past week, I actually would have won both of those games.
Especially because Parker wouldn't have had him.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that. Yesterday was like the kind of fantasy loss that I don't mind because I played all the right guys. There was really nothing I could have done to win that game. You know when you leave points on the bench, that's the worst. And then I was
Yeah.
like, well, there kind of was something I could have done to win that game, and it was not trading Metcalf 3 weeks ago. So
That's why you bring in the advisor.
got the advisor. No more dumb trades.
Any other games from this week that you guys want to comment on? Anyone that
Can we talk about the tie?
Sticks
I mean,
out.
that's pretty rare.
Yeah, that one was pretty
I was-
crazy. I actually thought Kyle was going to lose that one, and then the Patriots
Came down
defense
to
just did
Monday night.
Drew no favors.
Yeah, came down to Monday night.
What did Drew had just the Patriots defense on Monday night?
So,
Yeah,
Drew
and
needed,
Kyle was up by 3.
he needed Patriots defense
Oh,
against the 0-8 Jets.
Oh my God, that sucks.
Yeah, seriously, you're right. Especially because against the Jets, you figure, oh
At
man,
least
well, their
6
defense
points.
will go off.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do bad? They can't really hurt you, but yes, they did. So they fucking were terrible. And he got really lucky. He had an interception in the fourth quarter to give him 2 points to get the tie.
Is that right?
Really? Oh God.
Yeah, there was. I know no one really wanted to watch that shit game, including myself. But since I'm a Patriot fan, I was forced to. And yeah, interception in the fourth quarter gave him 3 points and
Wow.
the tie.
I love that.
Yeah.
So,
You know what, though? Kyle also got pretty unlucky. Justin Jackson had 0 points because he got injured early in the game against the Raiders there.
so that game,
And
that game screwed him because Herbert got hurt too in that game, and Tyrod came in when Herbert could have had another chance to get like one more point at least.
yeah,
And then he
yeah, exactly.
That sucks.
And then you had Gronk got him 1.
Yeah,
Gronk has one other catch. He dropped a pass in the end zone, didn't he?
Yeah, in the fourth.
He still scored 117 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle could have had a lot more.
Tyreek Hill had a day. Herbert went off, and McLaurin went off. So he had a pretty good day.
Wow, you're right. He just had like 3 guys who had days, and that was it. Damn, that sucks.
And he made the right call sitting Brady. Is that Tampa had a terrible game and Brady only had 2 points.
Can I Tuesday night quarterback Kyle right now? Why would you leave Aaron Jones on your bench? Obviously, you should have played Aaron Jones or Justin Jackson.
I was texting him and he was working and he didn't see. Aaron Jones was like a last minute. Oh, he's healthy. He's going to be in.
Well,
and
that's
he was
stupid. I don't know what you were thinking. You obviously should have played Aaron Jones. This is the dumbest move.
It was just a bad scheduling on his part, working on a Thursday night. I mean, come on. You got to be checking your fantasy lineup before you.
He was the only, like, Jamal Williams was out and A.J. Dillon was out with COVID. So you knew he had to play. You knew that on Wednesday, though, if you've been paying attention. I don't know. It's pretty rough, Kyle.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I didn't know. I thought he wasn't starting. So, but I mean, you would know better. You're a Packer fan.
Yeah, I mean, when they said that Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon were out for COVID, they still had Aaron Jones as questionable, but he was highly likely at that point.
Yeah, I figured they're playing the Niners. They could get him.
But they don't have another running back. I mean, once you get past Dillon and Jamal Williams, they really had nobody else. Tyler Ervin is
it's like practice squad guys.
Yeah. I mean, clearly they didn't need much, but
yeah, so that did bite him. You're right. I didn't think about that. And Swift, he could have started Swift too. Both of them.
Either of those guys. I don't even know who DeAndre Swift is. Maybe Kyle will trade me Aaron Jones since he doesn't use him.
Yeah, unlikely.
He's sitting on his bench.
Should try and trade Parker for McCaffrey.
Dude, that hurt, man. That one hurt.
He just went
Oliver, unplug your mic or something. Plug it back in. There.
All right.
Much better.
I'm live. I'll plug this back in later. You guys won't even know.
It's much louder now.
Hey,
Has my advisor joined yet?
Yeah, we do have someone in the waiting room.
I have no idea how this is going to play out. They're not going to have any video, and they should be changing their voice.
Okay, interesting. And they're listed as anonymous.
Anonymous.
Okay, so everybody, please welcome in Anonymous to the show.
My secret advisor. Welcome.
Welcome, Anonymous.
Anonymous,
it says, is connecting to audio.
Who are you?
Hello, Anonymous. Can you hear us?
Hey, how are you doing today?
Oh, my God. All right. Yeah, we're doing good. Welcome to the show. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being on. This is so great.
I'm glad to bring a little bit of excitement to the podcast here for you guys.
This is very exciting.
This is so much better than I thought it was going to be.
All right, this is cool.
How are
let's
you
see.
disguising your voice?
Yeah, I suspect that this is someone who knows their way around computers and is well versed enough to do this. So someone clearly smart, a good
Well, it's
person.
2020. Everyone knows how to operate a computer, especially during quarantine.
I don't.
Well, you shouldn't be the host of a podcast.
I consistently cannot get my microphone to work for more than 30 minutes.
I would not be able to disguise my voice like this.
Oh my God, this is so good. All right, so this is my secret advisor, everybody. This is the voice behind the moves that were made this week. Now, they didn't necessarily pay off, but Oliver pointed out early in the show that there was one move in particular that impressed him this week. And why don't you ask Anonymous about that, and then maybe Anonymous can fill us in on some of the decisions we made.
Sure. Okay. So Anonymous, yeah, the one thing I noticed on Bobby's roster, the most noticeable change was the quarterback, because Bobby has consistently been picking the wrong quarterback week in, week out. But this week he got it right. Please tell us about the move to play Drew Lock.
Yeah, so the way I approach the fantasy weekly is it's a weekly battle. So he has 3 quarterbacks rostered on his team, and that's a mistake right out of the gates. You don't need to roster that many quarterbacks. And this is a very aggressive league, but for me, I saw this opportunity, and you got to go after younger quarterbacks. They have legs, and he's a franchise quarterback, or soon to be franchise quarterback for the Broncos here. So, we talked through it. Stafford was an easy drop. He was on the COVID list. Kenny Galladay was out, so that all comes into consideration.
I didn't even know Kenny Galladay was out.
See, that's the issue. You gotta start looking a little more broad.
Why you pay this guy? Why you pay him, Bob?
Oh, that's all very good insight. I'm having a hard time focusing. I feel like I'm on an episode of The Masked Singer. You know what I mean? Like, who is this?
That's how we're going to treat this.
That's
Yes.
what I was thinking too. You give
I
us
can sing
clues,
too if you'd like. It's not good, but I can sing for you.
give us clues each week to who this might be. Is that what we're doing?
I don't want to do it. What Anonymous suggested is Oliver would every week he could ask one question, and it would basically be like a yes or no question to guess who it is.
Okay. Can I ask now?
Sure.
Ask away.
Okay. Hold on. Let me think for a second. Are you?
I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Why is your name Sarah?
It's because I'm using my wife's Zoom account so that we can have more than 40-minute episodes.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
It's funny because like on my end, I can hear. I don't know if it's happening for you guys, but like you can hear like your voice changing.
Yeah, I do hear that, and I'm very confused as to how that works. But
I think it's picking up on his mic, and
that would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I was having a little bit of issues with the audio here. I mean, I'm not that smart, I guess.
It's okay. It's great.
it's so good.
Okay, my question is, are you one of Bobby's coworkers, or do you work with Bobby?
No.
All right, cool. Fair enough.
All right, so prepare another question next week.
All right, I'll try to.
Yeah, so just wanted to go back on the Drew Lock thing. The other thing that kind of came into play here on this decision making was game script. I mean, Drew Lock was matched up against the Atlanta Falcons, who are, as you guys all know, terrible and can blow the game in the fourth quarter, 28-3. Never forget. And then, the other consideration was Drew Brees, which a future Hall of Famer, competing right now against Tom Brady for a touchdown career-wise. He had a tough matchup going against what should have been a fantastic Sunday night game, but it was just absolutely terrible. So, take that into consideration. Thinking about the game script on how the Broncos-Falcons game is kind of match up. Kind of thought it was going to be a shootout. Luckily, they were down in the fourth and third quarter. so he had to chuck it a bunch, and then also put one in the touchdown with his feet. So those kind of things came into consideration, which was the right choice. Ultimately didn't work out, but you know, we gotta get 5 more wins in the rest of the season.
That's right. One other highly contested option or debate that we had was, do we start Melvin Gordon or Ezekiel Elliott? I don't know. Anonymous, do you want to fill them in on why we decided to go with Gordon versus Elliott?
Yeah, I think kind of the same situation. Gordon is, he got paid big money to come to the Broncos. The game script kind of flipped. I mean, I think initially you start to see a little bit of ground and pound up front if you're watching the game. But since they got so far behind, it didn't ultimately work out. Obviously, that's the way fantasy goes. You can only project so much. You're only as good as what they actually do. Experts in analytics can tell you whatever you want, but when it comes down to it, it's just not going to happen at all times. You can just give you your best guess.
That's right. So one of the things we talked about going into next week was some potential trades, some waiver wire pickups. I've been working closely with my advisor here on some decisions we're going to make moving forward. One of them being the Mike Evans potential trade for Zeke Elliott. I don't know, advisor, if you've had enough time to take a look at that or dive in a little bit further, and maybe you can let us know how we're going to be moving forward.
Yeah, no, I would say, my position on trades, typically I would like to wait the day after waiver wire picks. So I think Wednesday's the day you make your trades. See what happens, see what the league moves. It's kind of like, betting against the Vegas odds. You see where the money goes. So you kind of want to see everyone's trends, and then you just take each matchup as a week-to-week approach. I mean, you can't get attached to these guys. They get hurt, they get COVID. All kinds of different shit has been going down this year. So I think it's just important to keep an open mind and just checking out matchups week to week.
Let's keep the overall league advice to a minimum, and let's just make it very specific to my team. I don't want anyone to get any ideas.
That's true.
Guys.
I, for one, do get attached to my team a lot, and I never make trades. So it's a big deal that I'm giving up Mike Evans, just saying.
Well, you got to risk it for the biscuit.
That's what I'm trying to do.
This is so good.
Yeah, so how's everyone else looking? Can I get like a shared screen here on standings or something?
Yeah, you want to see the standings? We can Oliver, you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll get it pulled up here and give you 1 second.
Can I get a share screen on the standings?
So we know this person's not in the league. So
This person is not in the league.
not collusion.
That would be complete collusion.
Yeah,
What do you take me for?
That would be complete collusion.
What do you take me for?
You
What
never
do you take me for, Jeremy?
2020. Maybe Bobby wants some collusion here.
I don't know, man.
You never know.
Okay,
wow.
so I'm pretty sure I'm sharing my screen here.
You are.
I wonder how this will work with the recording, so that'll be interesting to see.
No, it worked. We've done that before. It'll literally just record how the screen looks.
All right. So here are your standings.
I don't know. And what are the matchups looking like this week? So where is Mr. Bob?
He's right here. Relax.
Oh, yeah, I changed my name. We didn't even talk about my name change this week.
Well,
Yeah,
that's okay. I don't need to advise everything. You need to have some identity.
Can you talk, or just real quick while we're on it, Bobby, can you talk a little bit about what that name change means?
You don't know what that means. So the reference is to a Aaron Rodgers post-game interview in 2014 when the Packers had a very slow start to the season. And reporters asked what they were going to do moving forward, and Aaron Rodgers responded with RELAX.
Wow. So it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for your team.
Yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. And in 2014, I'm not exactly sure. I think they lost in the NFC Championship or something, but they made a run.
I can't recall. That might be the same year the Dez catch.
I think it was the Cowboys catch here. Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, man, that was a catch.
Well,
That was some theatrics that year.
I guess it depends on the ruling at the time.
No one knows the rules anyways.
I think now it's pretty clear. Very rarely do I watch a game now where I think, man, I can't believe they didn't call that a catch, or they did call that a catch. Do you guys feel the same way, or not really?
I don't know. It's still very controversial in my mind.
I know
Yeah.
it is.
I think the replays is nice, but it's too heavily, relied upon.
All right.
Hey, hold on. Sorry. As you were talking, I thought of another question. Can I ask one more question of Anonymous as to maybe
No.
reveal their identity?
No.
It's not a good one.
Okay, fine.
Anonymous, do you know everyone in our fantasy football league?
I don't think he does.
Or at least maybe like a significant majority?
I can't be for sure.
He can't tell by these names on here. He doesn't know who's in the league.
So you're not aware of who this fantasy football league consists of at all?
Not entirely. Nor is
Okay.
it important because I'm just helping Bobby.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, figure out who you are. That's all.
Is that strictly on an incentive-based contract right here? So, well,
What
secret
is
advice.
what is Bobby's matchup this week? Can we get a side by side on who exactly is playing?
Yeah, let's do this.
This is great. Love
And
this.
Bobby, let me know if I'm sharing too much. So we can cut me
Oh
out.
no, you're good. This is great.
Bobby is playing against Nick Morsky, if you know who that is.
That's what you should have asked him. Is do you know who Nick Morsky is? But you'll have to ask him next week.
But then every single week I'd just be asking if you know one other person. I waste all my questions.
Well, you don't have to ask that. I'm just
That's not the right approach for 21 questions or whatever that game's called.
Yeah, that's right. I need to be much more general and then focus in. We'll get it figured out. I'm gonna hire an advisor of my own to figure out who this is.
you should have
You
your
need a
advisor.
PI. You need a private investigator over there.
What are you seeing when you look at this matchup? What stands out to you other than the fact that I need a kicker?
Yeah, I mean that's the obvious choice, but kickers each string week to week, they're unimportant. Except for, you got Butker, but he's a good guy. I think last week we faded and went with Drew Lock. Although
He's got a semi-favorable matchup.
yeah, semi-favorable matchup. I know last week really going against the Raiders. So last week I know Chargers went against the Raiders. Justin Herbert obviously having a phenomenal rookie season right now. So you can see similar production, I think, out of Locke. Maybe his weapons aren't as great as the Chargers with Keaton Allen and Mike Williams, but I think if the other consideration would be to go back to Drew Brees potentially this week. I think they have a pretty favorable matchup as
San
well.
Francisco.
San Francisco. I mean, San Francisco's decimated right now in defense. And they're just giving away points like it's Halloween. They're giving away candy and points are the same thing this time of year. Maybe Christmas comes early. I don't know. How many different metaphors can I say?
Did you get a lot of candy on Halloween this year?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you an adult?
Don't answer that.
That's his real voice.
There's no voice changer.
That's what candy I'm eating right now. If you can guess the exact candy I'm eating right now, I will tell you who I am.
Snickers.
Okay with this.
Wrong.
Sound like a
You don't get to
Smarties.
guess multiple times. This isn't rapid fire, Nick Foles.
Smarties.
Also wrong.
Peanut butter cup. Reese's.
Stop.
Well, now I'm just curious.
Yeah, so the other fade out, I mean, we gotta look at this a little closer. I mean, Hawkins, let's go down the list here. Let's start at the top. Quarterback, we got touched on. Running backs, we got Gordon and Montgomery. Obviously, Zeke's on a bye this week, but, with the option being him on the trade block. kind of okay for us in this week's position. Flex position is well equipped. Pittsburgh, what are they? 9-0, 8-0 right now. So they're gonna stay hot. I don't know who they're playing this week. Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, okay. Yeah, I think the two positions we're gonna want to focus on this week is probably gonna be your running backs. Maybe see what the waiver wire availability is for one of them, and then same thing for the quarterback. But there's definitely options on there, and I really like Bobby's done a good job holding on to Alan Lazard.
You guys like that?
He was clearly Rodgers' number 2, and I mean, obviously he's already got Adams, but if you can have 2 passing attacks from Rodgers throughout the season, it's kind of like the Chiefs approach. I mean, if you have 2 Chiefs wide receivers, you're in good position here.
So you think that's a good idea to start 2 receivers on the same team, not to potentially trade?
Dalton, my advisor, pay your own guy.
Is Lizard going to be available anytime soon?
Likely.
He's been practicing for the last 2 weeks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
He didn't play the last. I would expect him to potentially be in the lineup this week, if not, definitely next week. That's my guess.
Right on.
I have a question for Anonymous, not about his identity, but what do you think your chances are looking at for getting Bobby 5 more wins?
The odds are stacked against us, but this is, like I'm saying, you got to take fantasy on a week to week. You got to be willing to make changes. Obviously, the players he's been kind of rolling with, it's been a little patchy here and there, but I think if you can make some moves on a week to week, there's definitely room here to get 5 wins. I think we got 7 games to get it there.
Yep, we go 5-2.
Yeah, so I think it's it's doable, but just gotta get the trade moving first.
That's right. We gotta rattle off a couple in a row and then get people nervous.
Who's the fella that's bet against you again?
The commissioner of our league. His name's Jeremy. Evil guy.
He's Nick Morsky's brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that means anything to you.
What makes
Does that mean anything to you?
what makes him so evil?
Well, just the fact that he makes unfair trades and knowingly does so. I mean, it's my fault. I'm taking ownership. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, can't fool me again. So that is what it is. But
there's a saying in Texas.
Ollie, Texas.
Only in Texas.
Yeah.
Trademark that to George W. Bush.
So yeah, I mean, really, other than that, he's actually kind of a great guy, but the bet thing just rubs me the wrong way. So there we are.
Just don't let fantasy divide a friendship.
I might.
That's wise words from Anonymous. All right.
It's going to be the name of the podcast, by the way.
Wise words from Anonymous?
No, don't let fantasy divide a friendship.
Oh, that's a good episode title.
All right, so we got that. All right, anything else major? Do you want to see anything else, Anonymous, while we have you on here? Do you want to look at the waiver wire real quick?
I mean, if you're willing to share, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we should take a look at it.
Secrets.
I have the first pick on the waiver wire, so if we're talking waiver wire, I got no issues if we want to make a decision right now.
Ooh.
We don't have to, but
how do we want? You want to look at the players?
Yep.
We might have to do a little deception here and then talk off on it.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. We can do some deception. I think we're on the same page.
You guys tell me what you'd like to look at, and I'll pull it up.
Let's filter for running backs.
Any names that stick out?
This is looking a little rough.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think the one that first comes to my mind, Gus Edwards. I know it's not a sexy pickup, but I think he scored 3 straight weeks. And he's just a straight downhill runner. Now the Patriots, they're not what they once were on defense. They're okay in the secondary. I don't know if their up front line is what it used to be.
Dalton, can you speak to that? How are the Patriots against the run this year?
Oh shit. They have no linebackers.
According
Are you
to
a
this,
Patriots fan?
it's 17th.
I am.
How do you feel about Mr. Cam Newton there?
I think he's good. He just has no weapons. Feel bad for him.
Okay. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Okay, everyone hopes that the system was fine. You're going to have, everyone was not worried that bringing in Cam, and all of a sudden you bring in Cam, and the Dolphins have a better record than you.
That's true.
The Dolphins are on a hot streak, though. Just for the record, they're playing way above what they should be.
I will agree with that. They are playing hot. I guess
Hey,
the change to 2 at time was maybe the appropriate call.
So I don't think we're going to make a running back decision right this second, but can you switch over to quarterbacks? I know we had just touched on it really quick.
Yep. I like Burrow for the record.
I will agree with you.
He's a winner. That's all he does.
Smoking cigars, I forget. Although his matchup though against Pitt at Pitt is concerning.
That is not good. You were right.
That's okay. I'm still in the back of my mind. I'm keeping Tua just kind of hovering there. He hasn't shown a great fantasy performance through I think 2.5 games, whatever it is. But again, he's younger guy. He's gonna be the franchise guy. Their game script is probably going to be working towards them, or they're going to have to toss the ball a bunch. So I think it's something just to kind of keep an eye on. And his matchup is who this week?
The Chargers.
Yeah, and okay. Well, Chargers can't hold the lead to save their life, so that could easily become a shootout between him and Herbert.
Something to think about.
I think Oliver's writing down notes right now.
I'm like I said, I'm doing some investigative work of my own right now. So I'm a little distracted.
He's hiring somebody.
I think there's probably a way he can figure out who this is based off of Zoom. So Oliver, if you do figure out who it is, don't say anything.
No, I'm gonna try to play the game fair.
Okay.
But there's about to be 9 other people who will be feeding me guesses as well. So
Did you put it in a group text?
no, but I'm just saying once the podcast goes up.
Well, you just keep in mind you get 1 guess per week and 1 question per week.
It's only a matter of time. But yeah, that's fine with me.
You can try.
Yeah, you can try. Okay, so you guys got to meet my secret advisor today. This is super exciting. We're feeling really good we feel kind of good about the rest of the season. We're going to go out and get a dub this week. Anonymous, do you have any final words? I know we'll be talking over the next couple of days to get this squared away, but any final words?
No, just good luck to everyone else. But Bobby's coming. Keep it. He's got, you see the mullet. You see the mullet. He's business and party right now. Right now it's strictly business with Anonymous, and he's going to be partying once he hits 7 wins.
That's right.
Indeed.
Right on. Dalton, Oliver, you guys got anything else? Do you guys want to call it?
I think that's all I got. Do we have any games for me to play, like the guessing of the names or anything? Or
do you want to do that? We can do a little bit. You want to do like a couple of them?
Sure, yeah. I'm trying to figure out how the heck to stop sharing my screen also.
Oh, it's
Control Alt Delete.
at the bottom. There's a green. No.
Oh, wait a second. Stop share. There we go. All right, we got it figured out. Anonymous, do you want to stay on the line for this? It's a game that I play.
Sure. Sure.
Sure.
Willing to have me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're more than welcome.
You can stay on.
So as long as, just for everyone, so as long as the bet is still alive, we will have Anonymous on as much as possible, as much as they want to come on to give us updates on our progress moving forward. And once you guess the identity, I guess we can just let them come on. And
That'd be cool.
otherwise, once the bet's over, then we'll tell you guys who it is.
And we win.
When we win at the end of the season, you guys will know.
Sounds
It
good.
will make for a great reveal at the end of Masked
I
Singer.
hope it drags out. I really hope, Anonymous, you could pull this off, this miracle.
For the
1 week
record,
at a time. 1 week at a time.
for the record, Dalton has been the only member of the league who has been behind me from the beginning, and I really love that about you, Dalton.
I just like the drama, man.
Yeah.
All about the drama. Great.
That's why you're a Patriots fan.
That's right.
All right. So every week, Anonymous, I don't know how closely you follow the podcast, if at all, but what we do is Oliver, we have a list of potential players. They're basically just guys' names, and Oliver has to tell me if this person plays in the NFL or not.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. All right, so number one, let's start with J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford. All right. So I'm aware of a Jamal Crawford. Pretty sure that's a basketball player. J.P. Crawford. Well, there's one Crawford in the NBA, which I could be totally wrong about. Then this J.P. Crawford must be an NFL player.
This J.P. Crawford is not. Dalton or Anonymous, do you know?
I do.
And he is?
Baseball player.
Man,
For the
baseball
Seattle
players
Mariners.
always get me. Dang. All right.
All right. The next person on this list is a fellow by the name of Tariq Cohen.
Oh, that's a NFL player.
And he does what position?
Running back for the Bears.
The Bears.
Wow.
Beans.
I think that's my first all three correct this season.
Okay. Mo Ali Cox. I don't know if it's Ali Cox or Ali Cox. Mo Ali Cox.
Oh, Ali Cox. I don't know. That name sounds crazy to me. That must not be an NFL player.
That is definitely an NFL player. Does anybody know who he
What?
plays for and what position he plays?
I do. It's a tight end for the Colts.
Wow, that's impressive.
Wow.
Bonus
What the
question.
heck?
Bonus question.
Okay.
Which college did you go to?
Oh,
He's-
man.
How would anyone know that?
Dalton's got it.
VCU.
Univers-
He played basketball at VCU.
Holy crap.
That's crazy.
There you go. Ding ding. Bonus answer.
Ding, ding.
Okay. Andy Isabella.
All right. I see here. This is a trick question. That's a woman's name.
This is a women's soccer team.
Andy Isabella. Really? Andy Isabella?
That's the name.
We got two first names. And one of them's a woman.
They both pretty deep.
All right. This guy, it must be, because I can't think of anything else. This is a baseball player. Has to be. So not
No.
an NFL player.
No. Does anyone know?
NFL player. Wide receiver. Cardinals.
Not good enough for our fantasy, apparently.
Well, maybe for my team, but
Sleeper.
Ooh, is that who you're picking up on the waivers?
I don't know. I doubt it. Is it?
Is it
Is it who
Bell?
we're picking up, Anonymous?
Cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay, let's do a couple more. I got 3 more here. Victor Hedman.
No, that's a hockey player.
Wow, nice. Well done.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Lightning. Or no. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Lightning. Defenseman.
I'm gonna go with Drew Holiday or J-Rue Holiday.
I've heard it both ways.
That was
Got it.
basketball. That was basketball.
Why do you assume that's basketball?
You know why.
You can't say it. Say it on the podcast.
You got that one right. Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. I know Jaylen Brown. Where do I know Jaylen Brown?
Oh, your mic.
Jaylen Brown. That's football.
That is not football.
That's not football.
Dalton.
What is Jaylen Brown?
Celtics, NBA.
Oh, you're right. I know.
That was a rough day, man. Do you want one more?
There's one more. Just end it on a good note. Yeah, we got this.
Charlie Tweeter.
What?
Charlie Tweeter. Charlie Tweeter.
It's the inventor of Twitter.
That's what I was gonna
That's
guess.
not true. That's
Oh, it's actually Jack Dorsey. I know that person. Okay, Charlie Tweeter. Charlie Tweeter could really be anything, or could be nothing.
could literally be anything.
No, Charlie. No, that's too weird of a name to be a fictional character from like a TV show. I think that's also too weird of a name to be anything other than a football player. So Charlie Tweeter.
He's not in the NFL.
Oh,
I forget who he is, but it's from your favorite movie, Varsity Blues.
it is a fictional character, huh?
Yeah.
Dang it. Like no one would have that outrageous of a name. Oh man. All right, rough week for me there.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. I can give you Hayden Hurst.
Softball.
That's a football player, yeah.
Yeah. What position does he play and who does he play for?
Hurst, that's a running back.
Jesus, you're bad at this.
Tight end. It's a tight end.
Yeah.
I was torn between the two positions.
Might have been
Broncos?
this was your worst performance yet.
That was rough. You usually outperform.
Yeah.
He's really focused on who Anonymous is, and he's
I'm-
not focused on who.
I'm
these
pretty
people are.
He
flustered.
got a little nervous with me in the lobby.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty flustered because this is so good. I just love it. And so it's throwing me off today.
All right, well, I got nothing else.
All right, cool. Well, I think that'll do it. That'll wrap up our episode. Anonymous, thank you for joining us. Dalton, thank you for joining us. Me and Bobby signing off. Thank you, everyone, for listening to another episode of BOP. We will see you next week.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Later.